let's hear from Liverpool midfielder Danny Murphy on White and Jordan earlier today. He said he found it strange that his old side hasn't discussed a new contract with Mohamed Salah yet.
Well, firstly, I'd just like to say I don't think there was any cynicism in his interview. I think he just, in a very relaxed, brutally honest way, was talking about his predicament. And I quite liked it. He looks super sharp. He looks great. But going back to your question, I think it's quite strange that there hasn't been a conversation of sorts, which would start even initially with a conversation about what are you thinking? Do you want to stay or, whatever, however you want to have the conversation. Because even if there is some thinking around Liverpool not wanting to pay what he's earning moving forward for a 32, 33, 34-year-old, there could easily be a conversation about, look, we'd like you to stay, but it might have to be on reduced terms, or it might only be a year, or whatever it may be. That conversation should have been had at least with his representative. I'm amazed there's been no conversation at all.
Yeah, what do you make of that? Obviously, Danny Murphy talking about Salah. You got Trent, you got Van Dijk. Does seem a bit strange that they're letting his contracts run down.
Well, he's not stupid, Salah. He's made that public so that we can talk about it. And if we're talking about it, damn right sure that everyone at Liverpool are talking about it. I do find it strange there's no conversation. Maybe I don't know. It's without knowing, you don't know. Maybe Trent and Van Dijk are looking to see what Arne Slot does. Maybe they're just waiting to see how things do. I mean, what if he turned out to be like Ten Hag, right?
Yeah.
Like, Ten Hag come with a decent reputation, didn't he?
Yes.
Right? And he's 2.5 years down the line nearly, and things haven't improved. So they might wait and see, do you know what? Let's just wait and see how things play out.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Trent signs a contract for Christmas. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Do you not with Real Madrid lurking in the shadows?
Well, they're not stupid. They know how good Trent is. They're not going to want him to go for nothing. In January the 1st, he can talk to any football club outside this country.
Yeah, no, but really and truthfully, now he holds all the cards. The transfer window shut.
He does.
His contract now is
But
running. Next time transfer window opens, he can sign for someone.
Indeed.
For nothing.
On January the 1st.
On January the 1st.
That's
a pre-contract.
That's right.
He could leave.
That's right.
How have Liverpool allowed that to happen to one of the best players to ever come through their youth
Well,
system?
the closer we get to that date, if there's no contract agreed, what are we talking now? So September, October, we're only 3 months away, right? So it would not surprise me, mate, if they start now to sit down and get things done. I'm amazed. Look, there has been a Euros, don't forget.
Yeah, so what's that got to do with them? They don't care.
No, I know, but it's not like the player has been available all summer. Then he's gone away. So there has been a little bit of a delay where that's concerned. Salah's been... Van Dijk has been at the Euros as well. So there is a slightly prolonged chance that they've not been able to honestly sit down with the player. That could well have been the case as well. But now there's no excuse. There's no excuse now.
Let's go to Babish. He's a Liverpool fan. All right, Babish?
All right, Babish.
Gentlemen, how are we?
Where you been,
All right, Babish? Where you been?
Always listening, gents. I don't go away from talkSPORT. I just listen,
Okay, all right, that's good.
Yeah, I do love sports after all, I love talkSPORT.
Yeah.
I love the sports part. Love you guys talking football. But anyway, let's go back to talking Liverpool and contracts. If you cast your mind back to Istanbul, Steven Gerrard and his contract, it was the same thing played out in the media, wasn't it? If you remember well. Then Chelsea came in with a bid. I think Stevie G accepted it, then reneged on it, and then he ended up signing a new Liverpool contract. Well, I see the same pattern of play where there seems to be this. I don't know what's the best word to describe. I don't know.
Come on, give us a word, Babish.
Apathy.
Apathy. It's a terrible word to use, Babish.
Well, it's a form of apathy from Liverpool board in order to say, hold on, these guys are our best players. Let's start negotiating early doors straight away. None of it, But it was the same thing with Stevie G.
Right.
So I'm asking myself, hold on, is this what Liverpool board always do to their best players? It's when it comes
a different
around
board
this
now,
contract,
isn't it? It's a very different board.
Yeah,
now
it's the people behind it. It's like because the club is of such a stature and no player is bigger than the club and all of that. And there's a Liverpool way when you're a Liverpool player, you're just a vital cog and you just have to behave and just do as one says.
Do you think they're going to sign?
Kind of I think so, yeah. But
all of them?
It's like Stevie G, yeah? It's like with Stevie G, he was confused. He didn't know where he stood, and then when the Liverpool board came up with a contract, he was happy to sign it. So I think on that form of previous years, because remember it's 20 years since Istanbul. This season could see a Liverpool miraculous season again. God knows. But anyway, I see the same pattern of play. Whereas if the Liverpool board come through with their negotiations and talking to then I think so. Yeah.
You're waffling. You're bubbling again.
No, he's not babbling. Bash. No, he's not. He's not babbling. Babish. He's not.
Yeah. I'm talking football, mate. Proper.
Yes,
So I think it's just all about negotiations and them coming to the table and then
It's all that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Babish.
Cheers, Babish.
Just football, innit? All right. All the best, lads.
Cheers, Babish.
Yeah.
Football.
Just football, innit?
It's just football, innit? Sounds like Yusuf. Let's go to. Can we get Bob up, who's a Man United fan?
Hello there.
All right, Bob.
All right, Blob.
Yeah, great show, thanks.
Cheers,
Right,
Blob.
Thanks, mate. Look, obviously, there's a lot of things that we hate in football, especially the modern day game. What's yours?
Well, what mine is, when you get an attacking team, when they're in the defensive half, if it's a free kick, the referee makes sure that he puts the lines out with his phone, there's 10 yards away and all that, yeah?
Mm.
But when it's in the attacking team's defensive half, if there's a free kick given, the opposing players, they stand like 2 yards away from the ball and the referee does nothing about it. I mean, it happens so often, it does my head in.
So what, you want the referee to draw lines wherever the free kick is, even if...
No, not draw lines, but make sure that the opposing players don't stand in front of the flipping free kick.
How many times, though, how many times has the person hit that person, though?
He gets a booking, though, if it happens, Blob.
Yeah, I know.
It's very rare that it actually hits that person who's standing maybe 7 yards away.
No, it's like 2 or 3 yards, and they have the actual players. Then they kick the ball sideways because they can't kick it forward.
No, I can tell. Anything else, Blob?
No, that's about it, mate.
What about the old draft excluder? What's that? That's come into the game in the last few years.
Yeah, you know why?
Oh, when they lie down behind the...
Honestly,
the
that is one of the worst. If that is one of the worst things in football. What is that?
No, but you know why? Because players like Messi and Ronaldo used to drill the ball under the wall and score.
No, but then just...
they were just the best at it, though, mate.
Just stand there. Most of them are 6 foot now these days. Didn't tell me that you can just get on your tiptoes and.
No, do you know what annoys me as well?
It does my nutting. When has anyone ever hit the draft excluder?
No, because once the draft excluder's there,
they can get a rest.
I know, but do you know what annoys me about a draft excluder, right? They should face the goal, right? So if the ball, so they're first to react. They're like lying down like they're on the beach. Face the goal, because if anything happens, you've got to be able to face the goal, see where the ball is. If the ball goes over the wall, they're facing the wall. Anywhere it is.
Are they facing the wall? Is that what they do?
A lot of them face the wall, mate. And then once it goes beyond you, you got to get up and turn around. Face the way the ball's going to go.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen come into football. The draft excluder.
Who come up with that? The draft excluder.
Who thought of that? You know what? We're going to stop people going under the wall. We're going to
Who
put someone laying on the floor.
Is it the commentators that do that? The draft excluder.
What do you mean?
Well, someone's come up with it, right?
It's got to be a coach. It's got to be a set piece coach somewhere, isn't it?
But how's it get out into the media? I mean, look, Martin Tyler and Neville and Carrier, they'll all be using the draft excluder, won't they? They'll all be using that. Where'd they get it from?
I don't know. I think you said it, didn't you?
I do use it.
You use it quite a lot. I think it come from you.
No, but I just copy others, mate, don't I? Do you know what I mean? Someone else calls it.
You're a copycat.
But another thing as well, right? Draft excluder, right? They were talking about. They could go down on one knee, right, and still be ready to pounce. They're lying on their back, lying in the box, defending a set piece, lying in their own box on their back.
Yeah, it's
get yourself in a position you can still react.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.